Our story this week is from Sherene Jensen, who you'll find on medium.com. And here is Panties in the Frozen Aisle and Other Lessons on Social Norms. Why My Student Took a Blow-Up Doll to Applebee's. Have you ever stopped to consider how much society influences your behavior? I can't stop noticing it. Do I follow the rules? Yes, of course. I'm a law-abiding citizen, but that doesn't mean I don't know how to break the informal rules. If you pick your nose in public, will the booger police come and arrest you? Not likely, but the surrounding people will eye you with disgust and never shake your hand. Eat that booger? Forget it. You're exiled. What are these informal rules? Well, every society has them, and they are called folkways. In American culture, it is generally understood that when you meet someone, you should smile, say hello, and shake their hand. In more informal situations, some people will even hug you. What? When I was a girl, I had a fascination with people who didn't seem to follow these unspoken rules. I found it made life more exciting and interesting. I once had a friend who'd use different accents when ordering at drive-thru restaurants. I always thought of Nico and his southern accent every time I drove through El Pollo Loco and ordered steak at a chicken restaurant. Boy, did I confuse the poor person taking my order. I've been known to go to the grocery store and shop out of other people's carts when they weren't looking for fun. I once grabbed a carton of milk out of an older man's cart because I forgot I needed it and the dairy aisle was on the other side of the store. The checkout lanes were right there and, damn it, I was in a hurry. Sure, the man was likely pissed when he realized he didn't have his milk. Was it wrong? Probably, but no one was coming to arrest me. He didn't catch me in the act. I'm going to hell. So, when I walked into my first sociology class at 26, I already had years of testing little boundaries. That's why I loved using my own capers to teach students about folkways, those unspoken rules that keep society running smoothly. No one is going to jail for shopping out of someone's cart or skipping a handshake. Those rules are still powerful because they preserve harmony and prevent us from offending one another. Breaking the informal rules might make people laugh, cringe, glare, or in some cases flip you the bird. But it proves how much we rely on invisible guidelines to hold life together. Bursting with excitement, I assigned my class a social experiment, breaking social norms. Encouraging my students to break an informal rule became a source of entertainment for me. I even asked them to get creative since I'd read them in front of the class during the next class period. After I confessed that I once left my sandal in a grocery checkout line to hold my place while I ran back for beer, the challenge became who could top me. My favorite experiment came from a young man who went to a local Applebee's for dinner with his date, a blow-up doll he referred to as his girlfriend. He didn't just walk in. He introduced her to the waiter, ordered for both of them, and treated it like the most normal date in the world. The part that killed me? He chastised the server for not asking his plastic girlfriend what she wanted to eat. He leaned against her face as if the doll were whispering, then ordered her food. I erupted in giggles. He even flashed a selfie of himself with this doll. The students could hardly believe it. After that, I couldn't have predicted the flood of outrageous student stories. Nothing bonds a class faster than a man dining with his air-headed faux companion. I thought that would be the highlight of the semester. But then came Target. One student headed to Target and strolled through the food aisle as if it were any ordinary day. When a few shoppers gathered nearby, she decided it was the perfect time to break a norm. She slipped her panties off in the middle of the frozen section. Yes, she was in a dress, and yes, she looked right at them before tucking them into her purse. The other shoppers froze harder than the peas behind her, except for one woman who gave her a nod and said, "Sometimes underwear just needs to come off." At that point, I realized this assignment had taken on a life of its own, and then the pregnant student turned in her paper with photos. For her experiment, she stuffed a pillow into her sweatshirt until she looked convincingly pregnant, then hit a local bar with her friends. She ordered a round of drinks after explaining the assignment to the bartender. Sure enough, a patron slid onto the stool beside her, horrified. "How could you? You know better than to drink while pregnant." He turned to the bartender next. "Shame on you! How could you serve her?" He stormed off in disgust, sure he just witnessed society's collapse. The kicker? She included photos in her typed assignment. One of her nursing a beer bottle instead of a baby. When I saw it, I laughed so hard I gasped for air. Informal norms are the glue that holds our social world together. They maintain order, prevent conflict, and facilitate smooth daily interactions. Breaking them showed my students just how much culture decides what we call polite or acceptable, and how those rules shape our choices. Most people won't choose the urinal right next to an occupied one or take a dump while on the phone with their boss. Sometimes breaking the rules reveals exactly why they exist. Too bad I teach this class online now. A burp at the dinner table or leaving the bathroom door open just doesn't carry the same magic. Back in person, I had a student who glued black doll hair into her armpit, wore a tank top to the grocery store, and reached for a cereal box on the top shelf. Shoppers stared in horror. I thought, now that's dedication. Thanks for listening. I'm Chris Kepler, and I hope you enjoyed listening to these stories as much as I enjoyed narrating them. I'd love for more people to hear these wonderful stories, so please share and